Everything's on fire! Oh my god!
Literal fire.
Sorry, Nick. Sorry.
Everything's literally on fire. Your phone's gone.
Sorry, Nick. Sorry.
Well,
Get the sounds.
absolute failure.
Yeah, literally on fire.
I know.
Yeah, as far as
I'm sorry, but
the sky in Australia, dude.
I know. Everything is literally on fire. Everything's on fire!
I was hopeful.
Oh my god!
I was hopeful.
Oh, we're having a sound problem. Nobody can hear you anymore because he blew all their speakers out at home.
Whoops.
What?
Hold on. Matt, let me mouth it out.
Are we good on levels?
Or I'm sorry. Here, let me speak a little. Let me speak a little sign language.
I was hopeful that 2019 was a garbage dumpster fire, and so
Hasn't every you know what? Every time I tune in to Twitter or something like that, everyone always says, "Oh, insert year here, worst year ever." Oh, insert year here. Talk about a total drag. Oh, insert year here. Boy, what a rough year. Tell you what, if every year's a rough year, when is there ever a good year? When was the last good year?
2020 is supposed to, like, the 2020, that's like the
yeah,
future.
new decade, new start, right? No, same shit, different day. Good Lord.
But literally...
Everybody complaining over everything. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm upset that Australia's on fire. But you gotta understand, 80% of that nation is a fucking wasteland desert.
I'm upset that we're going to war for no fucking apparent reason.
It doesn't. I don't even know if we are going to war, man. Honestly, look, I've had enough of the destabilization of the Middle East. Can't we just stop with the bullshit? Look, if they don't want democracy, if they don't want freedom, if they don't want any of the stuff that we say we're giving to them, I mean, we say we're trying to give it to them, but hey, how long has it been? We've been destabilizing the Middle East and causing homeless people
doing that shit
with
since
droves.
World War I, dude.
I know, ever since
ever since at the end of World War I, at the Treaty of Paris, when we had in the war,
the Ottoman Empire,
we had agreed to the different Arab tribes and stuff that, hey, if you help us defeat the Ottomans, then you guys will get all this land.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the British and French decided, nah, fuck that.
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna go back on
gypped
our
them
word
out of it, and then not only that,
and
but
make just arbitrary straight lines through fucking territories that divide. It's fucking anyway.
Yeah, and then not only that, but the whole Israeli-Palestinian conflict, which the land did belong to the Jews first. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not going to touch that one.
No, honestly, if people want to be mad about it, they can be mad about it. I know Jerusalem is a holy place to both religions, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, money, exactly. Grunkle Stan's got it right. It's all about the money.
Anyways,
yes. So you all have noticed that the usual podcast set is a little bit different.
It's a little messy.
Yes, it is. It's because we have been gutting and cleaning out a certain rig, a machine, that belongs to this man right here.
We're doing heart and brain surgery.
Yes, and like full body, like full skeletal reconstruction on this piece. So what we have done is we have taken out the old motherboard, and which is sitting over there, and we put in this new motherboard with the old cooler because
I just ordered it. It'll be here on Friday.
Yeah, so next time I come up here, I will help him install that. But needless to say, it's had its rough moments. It's a little dusty, which that's kind of the norm for computer components like this. Especially because how long has it been since you've upgraded the main guts of the computer?
The motherboard and everything.
Yeah.
Basically, it's been the same since October of 2012.
So there you go.
Over 7 years.
Plus years. And now he's upgrading to a newer, better setup. 128 gigs of RAM. A huge assortment of expansion ports here. Mm-hmm. Hopefully in the future, what he's wanting is 2 graphics cards for SLI. So
you got my GTX 1080 here.
Yeah.
I'd like to pair it with another one.
Which hopefully you'll be able to find a decent one for a decent price because, oh God, everyone thinks a 1080 nowadays is worth its weight in gold.
Really?
No, I'm just it's just everyone's on the legacy kick right now. So what we're doing is we're doing the standard thing of installing this. Don't worry, we're not going to follow the verge. We're not going to use our tweezers. Literally, that's what they called these zip ties. They called them tweezers. Tweezers! Oh my god. Never mind.
Not only do they not know about like computer terminology and how they work, but they just don't know basic things in life.
No, they don't. No, they do not. And that's what infuriates me the most. And the other thing that infuriates me is that video was sponsored by Capital One. And
I fucking owe them money because they bought out my credit card.
So do I. I owe money too, Nick. Don't worry about that. We're both in that boat. So,
do you want to tell them?
A bunch of dinguses that don't know shit. That sponsor people that don't know shit.
Do you want to go over?
If you want to go over the stuff that you bought for replacement of the guts.
Yeah, biggest thing was obviously I needed to replace that motherboard and the processor obviously comes with that. So I went ahead and I got a bundle on Newegg.
There we go.
With a gigabyte.
Here we are.
X299.
Yeah, X299 UD4 Pro.
So that'll definitely be a hell of a lot better than whatever I had before. I don't even know.
I'll show you what he had before. He had an Asus. Wow, an Asus dual intelligent processor board. Look at this old thing. Look at it. Yeah. And notice we still got the RAM in here. We're probably Roan's probably going to repurpose this in the future for.
We need a computer like dedicated to our sound studio.
So this will probably be it.
Yeah, probably.
And the standard procedure, if you're wanting to save a motherboard and said components on it and everything, is you take the new one that you've got, the new motherboard. And you take this box, and you don't need this. Instead, you put it in here, like so, and basically, that's it.
Wait.
Then you put that box in a box, and then you put that box in another box, and then you nail that box to yourself, and then you smash it with a hammer.
What are these things? This is an artifact.
I don't know.
CD-ROM.
Well, here's the instruction manual. You want to talk old and archaic? Instruction manual.
Yeah, shit.
Isn't there an app for that? Oh, and also, you'll want this too. Little ultra durable medallion for a little bit of bling on the side of your machine.
I think I have my GTX.
Yeah, and also the Intel one is over here, right there. It's on the back of the instruction manual.
Cool.
So you can actually put those on there
bumper stickers for
as symmetrically as you want to.
I guess it makes sense considering the amount of money that goes into this thing is fucking like a car. You might as well put bumper stickers on it.
It's like an anti-unboxing.
Kind of.
Reboxing.
Well, it's a reboxing of old parts for repurposing for future use. That's just like Jacob's Alienware. Jacob's Alienware computer case. He has such an attachment to that thing. He wants to repurpose it, rebuild it, and make it brand spanking new, which we will eventually do for him. Now, that being said, our original plan was to put these little fans on here, these extra fans for the RAM, but the clearance on the CPU cooler here did not make that feasible. So Roan is buying a low.
Yeah, I didn't get a new fan anyways. Might as well get a low profile.
Yeah, he's getting a low profile fan so that this will be a possibility, and thus he'll be able to cool the motherboard even more and keep the RAM cool as well. Noctua, the NH-L9i, I believe that's the model number. And
then so CPU, I got a i9-9900X.
Yes,
which will
sticking with Blue Brand.
Yeah, it'll kick my cores up from 6 to 10, which is good.
And also, he's got the 8700K in his 6 cores. It's overclockable, but he doesn't overclock it. Really, no need to, because it runs your games and the editing programs like really good.
So far, the only game that has not ran super ridiculous on it, I think, is Shadow Warrior.
Which that
But it
one's
still runs really, really well. It still runs like 144 hertz, but his frame drops occasionally when stuff gets crazy.
You see, that's the same problem that Space Hulk has. Deathwing Space Hulk. It has that problem too, and it's because of poor initialization of the gaming engine. You see,
Shadow Warrior, I think, is just because it's like such like updated graphics, and then there's like just so much going on at times because the RNG can make it to where there are a ton of enemies and a ton of enemies shooting particles, and it can just get it like really, really full of stuff. Sometimes.
Oh yeah, the particle engines will really fuck you over.
Well, and then of course, it all depends also what your what your processing program is. For instance, Vulkan, because most games out there use the open one, the open source one, which is good, but then the proprietary ones like Vulkan, which id Software has said they're thinking about making available to everyone. Vulkan runs everything so smoothly that actually, if you go back and you play Doom 2016 at 4K at max settings with a machine that can handle it and everything, there's no frame drops, no nothing.
Funny story about that. I got Doom 2016 back before I got this baby. Before I had this, I had a Quadro 4000.
Whoa! Taking it way back there.
Way old.
Back in the way back machine, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
remember loading up Doom 2016, and it was literally what it wasn't doing. It wasn't dropping frames. Instead, it was moving. The animations were moving in slow motion.
Yeah.
It was moving in slow motion, but the sound was going at regular speed. So I was hearing the music, like the opening music, like I'm still in the fucking tomb room, and it just did like 80 seconds. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It was stupid, but
that's rich.
Yeah.
The funniest Doom video I've ever seen is them literally taking everything down to the lowest possible settings, and it's literally like blob monsters just coming at you.
Oh, God.
It's like basic movements.
Doom doesn't have like a feature, like some sort of Easter egg in it where like.
Oh, wait, so you're talking about that happened to you in Doom with the slow motion?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
the same thing happened to me with my old.
yeah, I ended up I got a refund on Steam, and I just got it for Xbox. So
I kept mine and then finally got to play it like how it was supposed to be played.
Yeah.
When I got the new PC built. So.
but the shit, what was it? Does Doom have like?
Actually, I played it through on Nate's stream machine before.
Yeah.
I know you can find like the levels, like the old
Oh, the classic old levels, yeah.
But is there like a feature where like in the actual game or whatever that like you could just make them like the old monster looking things, like it's like super low res but playing in the actual game?
In some way, there's some mods I've seen that do that.
That'd be kinda cool.
But I haven't seen that in the actual like vanilla game.
Or like you know how like the Halo Anniversary games where
there it
you
is.
can in Halo Anniversary you can instantly switch from like the old.
Yes,
the old
I love
monster
that. I love that. I love that feature. It just goes to show you the leap in technology we've taken from where Halo was to where it is now.
And they like to rub it in their face.
Hey, they can rub it in my face all they want.
So yeah, and then the last thing.
Oh, yes.
I got 128 gigs of Corsair Vengeance, 3200 megahertz.
That's better than like
DDR4.
Yeah,
which
DDR4.
I was
which
running DDR3 before.
put the RAM in and everything, and whatsoever. It's just like it's like that one dude who comes to the party, drinks all the beer in your fridge, and says, "Man, that party was awesome, wasn't it? Yeah, you contributed nothing to the party because you didn't, idiot."
You know this thing's gonna be facing a wall, right?
I know. It's just, for me, little touches like that, and companies, the fact that companies have stopped doing this when they've had the technology to do it for the last decade infuriates me.
So was it cost saving? Or is it...
They say it is, but honestly, if they've been doing it if they did it 10 years ago, how much more expensive could it be now? Not very. It couldn't be that expensive. Now, if I may be wrong. If someone comes forward and says, well, actually, Nate, it saves them like $30 per board. Oh, fine. But I haven't seen any proof of that. And Linus is actually pissed about it as well.
So,
And, sorry.
as we assemble the thing, by
Yeah.
me and you,
Well,
talk about what we did over Christmas.
oh, yes. If you want to. That'd be cool.
So, I'll go first, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
I flew out to Florida, spent some time down with my family down there. That was, it was pretty damn good. We did a whole bunch of stuff. We got there first day, we saw Star Wars, and then did that in a second.
Yeah.
That's a whole thing. But
That's a whole...
let me just put it this way. I came out of Rise of Skywalker very disappointed.
We're having a stream problem.
Oh, is it?
YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering.
Or
There's something back.
Is it yellow on the screen?
It's fucking, yeah, it's yellow on the bar, and then the screen is actually showing like some gray and awful looking shit right now.
All right.
good? Or do you
Well,
do a fix?
hold on. I might have to do a fix. Let's see.
What is it?
No, we're good. We're good. I just had to make sure it was in there before I did anything else. Okay, so got the power situation done. Just making sure it's not intruding on anything. No? Okay, yeah, it's only over the transistors. That's a good thing. Sorry, I know it's a bit of a snooze watching me do this crap, but I'm trying to be entertaining and also do this at the same time. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. All right. So,
Anyways,
sorry. After I get these fans installed, I'll go over there and see what needs to be done. There we go.
Something's fucked up right now.
is it like all glitchy and shit?
I probably have to lower the stream quality. May have to go off the air for just a minute. Just a second. There we go.
We apologize.
Oh, okay.
As soon as you got back over here, if you rewind slightly, you can see what it was doing.
I get you. Okay.
It was like this was
But-
all like gray and unintelligible and just glitchy as shit.
So are we still live?
It said the camera was having a stroke.
Yeah. Let me get this.
While he's doing that, I'll look at whatever questions you guys have.
4,500. That might be an issue. Okay. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll be off the air for just a second. Refresh
Oh.
after every couple minutes. After
Okay, guys, you hear that? Refresh. We're gonna go off.
It's still technically live on here.
Yeah.
Just want to go black for them for a second.
Oh. Looks like it might be back. There we go. Excellent condition. I think that fixed it.
Good.
We just had to lower the bit rate a little bit. Sorry about that.
So we're still live.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, here's the audio, USB. Let's see, where's this here?
Okay. Anyways, so yeah, in general, Star Wars left me disappointed. But then we went and saw the new Jumanji movie on Christmas. And and that restored my faith in humanity. So
Well, the Jumanji movies, they're fun. The new Jumanji movies are fun.
And honestly, I went into it thinking like, okay, it was good, but like, how are they gonna do it? And they turned it around, like they made changes in it that were like perfect.
Yeah, and then
so great.
And then with how they ended this one, I'm just like, okay, how are they going to do a third one? Because
clearly-
this is going to be successful. And then they actually present an idea that would actually work very well in the third one.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
clearly they were they were harking back to kind of how the original Jumanji went, where like
Yes.
the animals. And
yeah.
And so that'll be definitely cool to see.
Yeah.
It kind of
Can't
ended
wait to see
weird.
that.
It ended kind of like they just like it drifted to a finish line, sort of. But whatever. That movie, a magnitude easily better than I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Than how Rise of Skywalker was. There's so many fucking problems with that. But anyways, so yeah, we did that.
Also, just so you guys know, I'm not reading chat super close because I'm trying to pay attention to what camera we're on today
Okay.
for sure.
I also went four-wheeling for the first time. That was.
You've never been four-wheeling before.
No.
Dude, in the Apple. You! Okay.
My mom wouldn't let me because she thought I would die.
Nick, I will say this to your mother. Jesus, what is wrong? Okay. Four-wheeling, you know what? One day, I'm gonna ask my family members, hey, can we borrow y'all's four-wheelers for the day? We'll fill them up with gas and everything. Just let us go, and we'll go back on my old family hauler. Because I went four-wheeling back on that place 100 times when I was a kid. I drove a four-wheeler when I was 8 years old, man. I love that shit.
Well, actually, technically, I rode on my buddy Zach's, but I didn't get to actually drive it. It was like just
Yeah, we went to a campsite kind of somewhere sort of like the inland on Florida, in Florida there. And so it was, fairly flat terrain, but it was, a lot of, kind of mud and stuff, and it was, pretty damn fun. I will say, one thing I noticed coming in from here, going down to Florida, I realized there is absolutely no geography in that state.
just
Nope.
hammer, or do you
It's-
really need to dust those back fans off?
We cleaned them off.
Yeah, we
there's
cleaned-
some. I think it's dust on the.
It's
like,
caked on the top, and I tried to
Yeah,
get it
we-
off as best I could.
It's the holes are so small it's difficult to get to, but it's all the fan, which is what's
So like
important.
take like an alcohol wipe maybe and rub it over
Yeah,
the back.
But I noticed that basically the geography is whatever the tree line is.
Yeah, quite
That's the
literally.
geography.
Quite literally.
Did that? Went to the Navy SEALs Museum down there. Yeah, I was in Port St. Lucia, and so they had the Navy SEALs Museum there. It was kind of cool. Check out all the special forces type stuff.
Power switch. There we go. Reset switch. Which one is it? There we are.
What about you, Nick? What'd you do?
About you, Nick. What'd you do?
Over Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's see. On Christmas Day, my dad got really sick. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I had to call 911 so we could get somebody to take him to the ER. So he passed out in his room and from sick with stomach virus.
Yeah, right now.
I did the giveaway stream with Nate,
Yeah, that was fun.
and
Ran into some issues with giving people their gifts.
yeah, I pretty much sat around and played video games and did editing work. I didn't really do anything interesting.
So,
I got sick after New Year. Kind of have been since.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got that. When I got down to Florida, my family down there was all sick, and so I ended up catching it right as I got there, and right through Christmas. That's when I was coughing up a storm.
Sucks. I got like my stomach like just messed up really bad. Like it wasn't the same thing that my dad had, I don't think, but like it's not been fun. All of it just now kind of got back to feeling normal. the past couple
Okay,
days.
Ron.
Yep.
I'm gonna do this, and it's because I have to. Actually, I could probably, yeah, I'll keep the switches the same. I just gotta switch these around because where this is the elbow one,
Yeah.
it's blocking the next SATA port, which makes boot up very difficult
Right.
if you have them like zero is your main boot one.
Okay.
1 is supposed to be like your main storage, and 2 is like and everything else after is like other storage.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Solid state is the boot up. So.
yeah, so I just need to repurpose and redo these here, which will take about 2 seconds. There we go.
Yeah, as you can see, that solid state is kind of just sitting in there.
Well, that's fine. I mean, mine was for the longest time, and then I got one of those trays.
I would have thought when you get the hard drive they would at least throw in the extra, $2 whatever.
Oh.
for the tray, but
It's because of the fat. It's fat on the sides. That's why. The
Thick.
the thick boy.
yeah, it won't go. It won't attach.
Thick ass ball.
Here, I got it. Let me see if I can use this one instead. So that one goes there. This one's got a little bit more space, so I'm hoping it'll just attach right on. And it's not wanting to go. Why must you be so difficult? I have extra cables like this. So if I can't get it to work, actually, I know. I just got to do a little bit more creative rearranging. That's what I call my jerry rigging. A little more creative rearrangement. My dad would be so proud of me.
Is you got the motherboard already secured down there?
Yeah, motherboard's secured. It's got all the screws in it and everything. The only thing that I have to do is just get all these put in here in the right order, so boot up will be a smooth transition. There we go.
While you're doing that, I'm going to see if we get any questions.
Okay. Here we go. So what I do is this here, and then this one goes right here. And even if it does block this one SATA port down here at the top, it doesn't matter because we're not using it.
Right.
So there we go.
Okay.
Crisis averted.
What is this going to?
That's the disk drive.
Oh, yeah, I never use that.
Oh, you never do? Okay, so problem solved.
But yeah, I mean, I hook it up just in case.
Problema.
Rarely. Ever.
Problem solved.
The only time I use it is to pirate DVDs or whatever. We don't talk about
What was that now?
that. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Nothing was said. Absolutely nothing was said, chat. You understand that? Nothing.
Well, that's
Okay.
cell phone, man. That's my own.
No, I know. Your personal collection. Was this here?
Hello, Leah.
Oh, Leah.
Mom Leah. She's that was my family that I visited. She's my mother.
Oh.
Went down in Florida. She's in the chat right now. So she's been following. She's been catching up. Apparently, my brother down there. He's been watching you guys for years.
Really?
He was surprised when he heard that I come on these things. So yeah.
And he's just like, oh my gosh, my brother's on the podcast of the Renegades. And I'm just
I don't
like,
know if it was
trust me.
that intense.
Trust me. It's not like that we're Mr. Beast or anything like that. Trust me. Like, honestly, I'm surprised we're successful. And I run this sinking ship. This sinking ship, as someone once called it.
I just work here. I have no idea what's going on. Are we on the internet? Is that a thing that we're doing?
I think so.
So what else? Witcher came out.
Oh yeah, which me and Nick are currently on episode 4.
Going to you, Witcher.
Oh Valley of Plenty, oh Valley of Plenty. Oh.
It was a little because I never followed. I never read the books or played the games. Or I definitely am interested in at least looking at Witcher 3 now.
Oh yeah, it's a
watching,
beast of a game.
Yeah, I've been watching a bunch of videos on the lore
I
and stuff.
started playing the first one because I just want to kind of experience all of it.
Mhm.
So the first one's the only bad thing about the first one. I saw Nate about this earlier is that when you're looting stuff, you have to loot stuff very specifically, and it's kind of tedious.
Yeah.
But, like, other than that, it still plays really well for how old it is.
That's kind of how it was for me with Mass Effect. Like I think I bought Mass Effect 1 and 2 like in a combo deal. It was like it was on sale on Steam for like $10. And I was like, whatever, I'll get it. I've heard about this, but I never really looked at it. I'm so glad I did because that game is easily like
It's one of your favorites.
It fights with Halo to be my favorite.
The thing about The Witcher is just like if you click on like a plant or something that you're going to loot and you're not close enough to it yet, he'll auto walk up to it, but he walks slower than like your regular WASD walking.
Mm-hmm.
So like you actually slow yourself down if you don't walk all the way up to something before you click on it to loot it.
That's kind
And
of
when the window is open, you can click take all, and that will auto close the loot window and
Yeah.
take everything. But if you want to take specific stuff, well, you have to go all the way down to the bottom of the screen with your cursor to click take all. Whereas your cursor is always going to be in the middle because that's where it was whenever you clicked on something and you clicked on it by having it in the middle of your screen where you're aiming at.
right.
And so if you just want to double click on the stuff and take all of it really quick individually, which is faster technically, you still have to hit the escape key to close the inventory after because it doesn't auto close your inventory when you take it everything. So if I could program, I would make a little mod
There we
to
go.
fix that, but that's like my only irk with it. It's still a really good game.
That's one thing that kind of annoys me about like I guess games playing on PC is in controller you can kind of handle that speed at which you're moving and stuff. Like if you just want to walk, just to feel more in the zone, you can walk with that. But on keyboard, it's just always full speed.
Yeah.
You're always running.
Which they do have keyboards now that do have haptic feedback. So the harder you press on the key.
I thought that's what I was going to get out of the mechanical. Like the mechanical, it was kind of be like
you see, it is
Irking me in
mechanical.
Kingdom Come because you have these quests where you have to follow people.
Mhm.
And
yeah, and
they're
going do, and you're having to run circles around.
Probably after I've done like 2 of those quests and I'm like, oh my god, this is stupid. They're like, by the way, if you press this key, you'll just automatically follow a person at the speed they're walking at. I was like, oh, well, thanks for telling me that sooner.
Assholes.
This was fucking annoying because I had to sprint like 10 feet, wait on them to walk a little further, and sprint like 10 feet, wait on them to walk a little further.
Yeah.
I was about to plug in a controller just so I could actually just fucking walk.
But I've watched through Witcher twice now.
We're still on episode
I'm not
4, so no
spoiling.
spoilies, please. No spoilies.
The only thing I will say, you guys probably already noticed it with the first of it. It was a little confusing at first because they
First 2 episodes, they dump a lot of lore in your lap.
Well, not that, and they kind of like the time jumps. They
Yeah.
hard
The
to follow.
Tarantino style.
But it's cool. So you guys have already seen like Yennefer's. Yeah,
Yennefer's origin.
And
We actually were at the banquet. Where we met Ciri's mother, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like, okay, this is kind of a little weird, and like, I'm following it. And then after my second through, I was like, okay, this makes total sense now. Got it.
Oh, okay, I see how that goes.
What's that?
Refresh, guys. If anything, if we're still experiencing issues, we'll go to YouTube's backup server because sometimes we have to do that because YouTube is a bit stupid when it comes to its stuff. Okay, so we've got everything we need plugged up. If we can grab a cable, we can actually test this thing.
Oh shit! I didn't even bring the monitors or anything down.
Well, we have that. We just gotta see if it boots.
Oh, okay.
If we see that it boots,
I meant to ask you about that. So, obviously I'm not changing out the hard drive. What the fuck is all this? This must be fucking cat snot or some shit. Goddamn cat fucking sneezes everywhere.
cat snot. Away, cat snot. Away.
That's not gonna do it.
I know. I'm just being stupid.
Yeah. That's gonna piss me off. I don't want to show cat snot on the camera.
Yeah, we only want to know that cats are these perfect little creatures that can cause no harm.
Oh, fuck that.
I know.
I've got 15 cats. I can tell you that shit is.
Oh, except for my mom's cats and Lulu.
They're not evil. It's just they fucking.
Oh, they're dicks.
Lulu's not. Lulu's not a dick. She just likes attention.
I just have trouble believing that a cat can be a cat and it's never been a dick before.
Lulu hasn't really been a dick. She's been curious. The thing with her is,
She did go skydiving off of a balcony and scared the shit out of her.
That's not dickish though. That's adventurous.
Depends on how you interpret it.
No, a dick is when a cat, like, you try to pet a cat on its belly.
She was thinking, like, she could have been like, oh shit, I fell off the balcony. Or she could have been like, this is going to be fucking hilarious and it's going to scare the shit out of both those things.
You're being a little too overly, like, inventive with that narrative there, Nick.
I'm just saying, you don't know for sure.